My goal is just to be the best for me. I don't necessarily feel that I have to prove anything to anybody else but me, and I just want to take it as far as I can go with it. You know, last year I fought twice in 1 month, which was last June. I won the Virginia Cage Fighting Championships title, 135 title, and it was a rematch against somebody I had formerly lost to, and that was my second fight. And I had only, at that point, when I finally decided I was going to go ahead and do my second fight, I started training for it, and that was 6 weeks before I fought her. You know, and I learned a lot from that fight as well. She had a couple of years experience, training experience, and you know, it went all 3 rounds, and I knew that what I learned from that fight is that, you know, I do have power in my punches, and I just need that training, you know, and so that kind of got me going. Like, I want to keep going. I want to see how far I can take it. Like I said, I rematched her last year. I won the title. I finished it with a rear naked choke from the anaconda on the ground. I was on top of her, and that was the most amazing feeling. My last fight, I had to actually kind of let go a little bit of who I really am in real life, and to focus on, you know, I feel that I'm a very nice person. I'm very compassionate. You know, I'm very giving. And I can't be those things when I'm in the cage. You know, I can't be that compassionate, caring person who doesn't want to hurt anybody, because then I'm going to get hurt. So, you know, I think for my last fight, I definitely had to remind myself, you know, I can't rely on other people to instill that in me. It has to be me to do that, and that's really what I worked on. So I think for future fights as well, I mean, that's the biggest thing for me, is letting go of that, and you know, my nickname is the Proud Chicana, and you know, I am proud of who I am. You know, I'm proud of being from California. I'm proud that I have family from Mexico. You know, I'm proud that I was a teen mom, and that I didn't end up like a lot of other teen moms who, you know, ended up on welfare, didn't go to school, have crappy jobs, you know. I have a wonderful daughter who keeps me motivated, and that's a person, she's my #1 supporter, you know, and she's definitely the person who keeps me going every day. So even when I'm like at my lowest lows, and I think that, you know, I can't, that maybe I'm not going to come out of it, or that I just don't see any hope, you know, I just have to look at her, and she's actually the one reminding me that, you know, there is hope. It's, you know, and I'm showing her that, so obviously I'm doing something great there, you know, if I've instilled that in her, and then she's going to remind me of it. A lot of people I don't go around saying, oh, I'm a fighter, you know, I'm just a very humble person, I think, in general. One example that I'll give you is I work as a server at a couple different restaurants, and at one in particular, my manager gets a kick out of telling some of my guests sometimes that I'm a fighter, you know, and when I go up to them, all of a sudden, you know, they start asking me, and they're like, oh my God, I don't believe you, or I would have never thought you're a fighter. And I'm just like, yep, yes, I fight. You know, I don't know what a fighter is supposed to look like. I think that people have this idea that, you know, if you're a woman especially, you know, you've got to be this huge, manly-looking person that doesn't have a feminine bone in your body, you know, and it's not the case, obviously. You know, there are plenty of feminine, beautiful women out there who you would have never guessed, you know, unless you see them training and you see them competing, you would never guess. But obviously it has nothing to do with outward appearance, you know, and it really has to do with your heart and your mind, and, you know, what you think you're capable of. So I think anybody